Northern Ireland Open and played nicely. Breaks of 97, 78, 76 and 57. Heavily involved, Sean. Must ask you, last week, of course, it was the Players' Championship. Your good friend Mark Allen lifted the trophy.
In the very first Players' Championship, way back when, I won it in Dublin and didn't get to defend it the next year. It's one of those idiosyncrasies of the Players' Series with the reducing field events. Everyone has the same chance at the start of the season to get in them, and, you know, I haven't done well enough this year to deserve my place in them. So I go to the World Open, as we see the fluke there.
I will say this. You played very nicely at the Tour Championship. But at the Players' Championship, standard, I think even better snooker from you than when you won the World Championship.
Oh, yeah, without question. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, definitely. You know, I had the week of my life there. Spot here. Looks like it's pretty congested. Not sure if it'll go on the black spot either. Tournament director's role with the tour. Nice to see him with the gloves on.
Could not agree more. He's one of the best in the business. A safe pair of hands mean it's almost sure there's going to be no controversy.
90.
That would lead him to be able to move the red next to the pink away, but I'm sure he would have played for that by now if it was available. Trying to get on the red next to the black here. Yeah, couldn't move the red by the pink, so black this time. And of course, turned into a nice chance pretty quickly here for Elliot.
He had a very nice chance in the semi-final of groups.
Elliot's lesser.
Forgot to pot the black. One of the oldest cliches in the book. This left corner, black waiting. Yeah, may not have gone for it. Missed it by so far. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but that kiss on the open play as well. Well, he's not played it, so I can only assume that the natural angle would
happen, but the environment for a possible re-rack is there when the black is over the pocket like that, because the reds tend to congregate around it. I know you're at the Welsh Open, Sean. What about that match that broken off?
That was one for the purists, wasn't it? A lovely shot from O'Sullivan there. Really, really nicely played. Final. Appreciated by a player that was off the tour not that long ago. And who knows how many other players that type of run might encourage.
Funnily enough, Elliot Slessor in the semi-final with a superbly constructed and very composed century in the decider.
Yes, he can get the cue ball behind blue and green maybe, but to what end?
Incentive whatsoever to think about a re-rack being 33 ahead.
The natural reds, but you're always wary of knocking the black in, so choosing this red over here, no risk with this one. Played it nicely. Similar figure of 8 shot in behind blue and green. This is like a break off. Needs to be careful one of the reds doesn't knock the black in. Caught that a little bit on the thin side.
Incident in the Ranking Championship League back in the summer here. Mahai Long against Mink Nucharat before eventually the referee stepped in. This much less obvious. It could be resolved.
Snooker your opponent, but when the balls end up near the cushions such as this, it's always straightforward to just come off a cushion and rest up to a red. There's absolutely no risk here. It's very, very hard to determines
that it's a a stalemate situation, he will give both players a certain number of shots.
And tell me, Phil, where do you think the onus lies here in players? Where does the responsibility lie to move the game on? Is it in Ronnie's hands as the one who's trailing to come and chase the game?
50 points ahead, and the referee gave them a certain number of shots.
That was another one. Elliot didn't hit enough of that red. That tells me that when they're playing with side spin, the cue ball isn't taking the path that they're intending it to. That's what we call heavy. It's all of the right conditions to make the tables play that way. But the players will adapt to that as the day goes on. Yeah, I was going to say Ronnie might have a go at the red here just to try and move play on a little bit, but he's not doing. Sort of look at the evolution of a player like Ronnie O'Sullivan, who, you know, not that long ago just would have had no interest in this type of frame, and just wouldn't have carried on into, you know, would have just hit a red and changed him and reshaped his game.
Good safeties you play, the better you have it in terms of giving yourself break-building chances. Yes, everyone loves to pot balls.
Oh, the black nearly went in there. Very, very careful. But this is the problem with what you were saying there. You get two players who are willing to stand there all day and do this. This is what happens. The balls go really messy. See Ronnie there trying to progress play on, try to open up. And so it's Elliot Slessor that has won that. Over by the black, so not putting the bunting out just yet. Frame one. To be near the black spot. Not sure how it's ended up there. A nice pot on the red means that
14.
He has no real value to pot in this pink. Yeah. Shot.
That's a 40. Oh.
Well, O'Sullivan's intentions are very clear there.
Fine.
Yeah, that was a strange passage of play. That I don't think I've ever seen anyone play a. I'm not sure about that one. Oh, great shot. That's a great shot, though. The blue knocking the black over the pocket. Over by the reds. Yeah, nicely played. As I say, this is all from that shot. Is that within the rules, Phil?
Well, Paul Collier, so I would say yes, maybe it's his prerogative. Tell you what, if he clears up here, that could give him the freedom of the city.
Professionals, myself included, sometimes finish practice sessions by literally getting the reds and balls in the hand and throwing them around the table, and wherever they finish, trying to clear up. Can I do it from here? And as you say, freedom of the city if he clears up from here.
23.
He's produced so many extraordinary clearances final as it was then against Dave Harold, first session. It was scary.
31.
Pink into play whilst having blue ball position. He's just come right across that, played that with loads of left to try and fizz the cue ball in behind the yellow frame.
30.
Nicely played. You could see the determination. Easily missed this thick. Straight in the heart of the pocket.
5.
Already in this first frame, I thought he might have wanted to get on with it. trying to move that black into a more favourable snookering position, but he's offered up this.
Which he does.
Nine. Elliot's less than 9 and a frame.
That, by Ronnie O'Sullivan's standards, was a very lengthy frame. For Elliot Slessor, it was... It's the familiar figure of Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's the star attraction in Group 7 of the Bet Victor Championship League. That might rectify the situation. What a pot, by the way, on the ad break, I can tell you, Joe O'Connor and Jordan Brown. Well, it's level pegging over there, 1-1.
Their angle on the red this time to dislodge the one next door.
7.
And for any young players like the one Ronnie played on the blue, because he finished high on that red on purpose. That wasn't a mistake or just very easy, I think, for amateur players to get sucked into areas. Actually, sometimes we do play for specific reds to finish in specific positions. And this is already...
And Sean, you've been into battle with Ronnie O'Sullivan on many occasions. You've beaten him in finals.
Yeah, and it gets said a lot, but it probably doesn't get said enough. The scoreboard changes so within no time at all. We almost went to a deciding frame. And it's not just the panache and the class and the speed at which it changes as well. And, of course, he never looks like he's rushing. And that primarily is because that cue ball control than his. I'm not sure about that myself. I don't think the stats necessarily back that up. Ronnie's cue ball control is the best we've ever seen. And, of course, when you're... Red to right middle here. Interesting to see how he goes about this next little sequence, because he may need to dislodge some more reds.
53.
He wanted more angle on this pink. Could only play for that loose red now. And will that pink now tie the red up next to its... Lovely control again on 60. That ball between brown and green.
Describe O'Sullivan, and I think it's entirely apt.
82.
If he makes a century here, it would be his 1000th plus another 242 this season
89.
from a limited schedule,
90.
and it would be the 16th.
98.
Prize per group.
Of course, it's one of the idiosyncrasies of this event that there's no crowd, and so 0 applause. Maybe a tap on the table tap on his leg from Elliot, I should say. The usual courtesy out there.
111. 129.
What's £500 to Ronnie O'Sullivan? You will not see a more...